Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. I think that banning all guns is the best decision. Thank you for the rose, Brandon J. I think banning all guns across America is the best decision because, as proven in the past many times, completely banning something substantially lowers the numbers of that thing. Even though it doesn't completely eradicate it, I don't think it ever will. No matter what you ban, I don't think it will completely eradicate it. Come and try and take my guns. It will not be a good day. Hey man, if you want to go toe-to-toe, shoot out with the police who are just trying to confiscate your guns, go ahead, dude. It's not going to end well for you because the police force is virtually infinite to you, who is just one guy who likes his guns, you know. Well, I enjoy a bit of sword fighting, so I agree. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so that only the criminals have them. Smart. Okay. Even the criminals who have guns aren't gonna really have them anymore. It's gonna be way harder to get guns, even if you're a criminal, if the gun laws are a lot stricter, or if you just completely ban them. I will, trust me, bro. You'll have a shootout with the police. It's not a good idea, but our freedom comes from God. If you believe in God, sure, that makes sense, you know. Makes sense to say your freedom comes from God, but I don't think that, sorry about that. I don't think that God would really, like, say, yeah, you guys should be allowed to have guns, yeah. God bless America. Hell yeah. Host just isn't intelligent? Come on, man. I'll join him. We will work together. Okay, so the gun owners are all gonna band together with their guns and get in a giant shootout with the police and the military and the government because they like having guns. Bro, can you pay my Spank Bank subscription? Spank Bang? What? USAFacts.org, exactly. I see the rage bait in your grin, bro, lol. Every time I have any topic up here, people call it rage bait. I don't really know how to reply to that. I think we should have them. I live on a farm and they're essential when hunting. Right, but like I think less strict gun laws and the gun laws that we have in America aren't strict enough, which is why it leads to school shootings, like that kind of stuff. I just want to eradicate school shootings, and I don't care how much people like hunting or like their guns in general. I don't like school shootings, you know. And if people complain about, oh, don't take my guns away, I don't care about the kids, it's like, okay, man, you know. Oh, I gotta read. Personally, I think guns are fine under certain conditions, under the condition that they're in the government's hands. That's what I think. But I kind of wish they didn't exist. School shootings, I agree. Yes, ban them, I agree. Thank you for the heart puff, Brandon J. Is this a real position you hold, or you're just debating it for fun? It's a real position that I hold, basically. Yeah. I don't know if... Wait. There's a lot of people typing. Meet Davidson? Dude. How can I request to join? I want to debate. I'm sorry, you can't request to join until 2 days from now, because TikTok has a rule, you can't... Let me read it. Go live for 30 minutes, check. Go live on 3 separate days, not checked. I've only been live for 1 day. This is my second time ever going live. It's in the same day as the first time. I have a master's degree and a job. Do you have either? No. I've won debates against multiple people who have had master's degrees. I don't think a master's degree is necessarily like proof of intelligence. I think it's proof of intelligence in one subject, which is whatever you got your degree in, you know? Meet Davidson. Who's going to take the criminals? I mean, the criminals are slowly... Of course, there's not going to be an instant drop-off in how many guns criminals have, right? But over, I'd say, 30 to 50 years, it's going to be way down there, you know? Wouldn't be the first time Wouldn't be the first firefight I've been in. Hey, man, hey, that's up to you. If you want to get in a firefight with the entire government, go right ahead, dude. That's your choice. If we don't know who has guns except for the registered gun owners, how do we get all the illegal gun? Well, unless all the people who have illegal guns in America are getting them imported from other places of the world and like sneaking them across borders to give them to criminals, then the criminals are getting them from resellers who did buy the guns legally, you know. And if they can't resell anymore because they can't buy the guns legally, then criminals are slowly but surely not gonna have guns anymore. Ban them because people's lives are more important than hunting. I agree with that, Layla. There's still... Oh, crap. There's a lot of chats. Sorry. Lamau ignorant. Stephanie, come on. It definitely wouldn't be the entire government you indoctrinated. Well, I know you wouldn't be in a firefight with the entire government. I'm saying, like, if you're in a firefight with the police and you kill all the police that are at your house, they're gonna send some more people after you. You know, they're not just gonna be like, oh well, let's just let him keep his gun. Whatever, he's fighting for his right. You know, like they're not gonna give up. You know, what about Second Amendment or the police? Screw the Second Amendment, dude. It definitely wouldn't be the entire government. Wait, does bro not comprehend that the military would not back the federal government? I don't know, man. This host is uneducated. I'm sorry, Texas Patriot. If you don't like our Constitution, move. Dude, I'm so sick of people, like, treating the Constitution as if it's, like, some holy grail that, like, this set of, like, untouchable men created so long ago. First of all, present day, we have so much more knowledge and research and just general knowledge around than those people had back then, right? So why do you feel like they made these set of rules that everyone needs to stick to that is just golden? Like, you can't touch it ever again. It's a perfect set of rules, you know? I'm going to turn in my guns. Good idea, man. You're gonna ban mine? Look at him. Saddam Hussein? Okay. Kamala on stage with a victim of an attack night before anniversary of 9/11 insulting every victim? I doubt she insulted every 9/11 victim, dude. Using January 6th where the only two casualties were posed to the fraud. What are you talking about? I mean, I agree it would not be a good option, but it's not the realistic option because of the Constitution. True. Yeah, that's true. Sadly, everyone sees the Constitution as the greatest untouchable piece of literacy ever created, and everyone needs to live by it in the United States, at least at all times. And if you don't live by every single rule in the Constitution, you are unconstitutional and should die, I guess. I don't know. Banning all assault rifles is the best option. Maybe. I don't know. You will call a police officer with a gun to come protect you. True. I want the police to have guns. I don't want citizens to have guns, because citizens are the ones reselling them to the criminals. There's other tools to protect yourself than a gun. That's what I'm saying, Layla. Do you think it would be easier to invade the USA if everyone got their guns taken away? It would. It would probably be easier, I'm sure, if everyone in the USA had a gun and someone wanted to invade us and the citizens started defending themselves with a gun. That would definitely help. But also, I don't think the USA is going to get invaded. I don't think that's a really realistic scenario, and I don't think you should keep our current gun laws in place just in case the USA gets invaded. I think that's, like, kind of stupid. Well, I would hate to know your description of the Ten Commandments then, because they're much older. Alright. It wasn't that long ago, fool. Okay. So we have all the same knowledge we did back then, I guess. I don't know. You will call a police officer. I already said that. Pretty sure he's never touched a firearm. Not true. It is. It's literally what makes a country a country. I don't know, man. Okay, I'll lay it out for you. The oath of soldiers is to protect people, not the government. Alright. Cool. I don't know. Protect us. I mean, seems like you're doing a good job protecting us, right? People in the comments are actually drones, bro. OMG. I know, right? The U.S. is already being invaded from within. Are you talking about immigrants again, dude? Oh my goodness. Thank you for the heart puff, Brandon J. You do realize that the founders who created the Constitution built in a process to change it. Cool. What about the scenario of civil war? They will never take our guns away. Dude, I don't think a civil war is a good idea to start with the U.S. government. Just saying. You know, they have like billions and billions and billions of dollars. Like, combined, they have more money than any gun owners would have combined. I mean, unless you include those billionaires, but I doubt those billionaires are going to want to get in a firefight with the government that protects them, you know? What about, wait. When did making a law stop criminals? Murder. Murder's illegal. Lots and lots of different drugs are illegal. I don't know. Basically, any law ever stops people from breaking that law. I don't know if you know, but a country where murder isn't illegal, I mean, doesn't exist. You can 3D print a firearm. Isn't that illegal? I thought that was illegal. Criminals get them illegally, so this would actually make our situation worse. I don't know about that. How is a woman supposed to defend herself from a 200-pound man? Right, I think a gun would be a good option for that. but at the same time, a knife would also be a good option. I mean, sucks for that woman, like, if she has no possible way to defend herself, pepper spray, knife, whatever. If a gun is the only way she can defend herself, sucks, because it's also the only way that school shootings really happen in the U.S. is with guns, you know. I'd prefer that children stay alive, but also, I think in countries that guns are banned, or at least gun laws are a lot stricter, right? Like Australia, right? If they made the gun laws a lot stricter, and that was a substantial reason that you could hold for that, wouldn't the thank you for the team bracelet, Brandon J. Sorry, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I think you would see like the SA rates or like man on woman violence rates be raised like astronomically higher than the US. People like this can vote? True. I can. I have a whole debate on this. Oh wow, that's interesting. Police would probably sell them if they corrupt. If you're a cop, you could not sell your gun that you were issued. This is so stupid. Okay. Young kids are clueless. Thanks for your input, Rob. Just use a knife at this point. I agree. How would you take the guns from the gangs? I mean, I'm not saying they should go around taking everybody's guns. I'm saying they should make it illegal to own one, so if you're caught owning one, you get arrested for it. I think in that case, a lot of people would turn in their guns, right? And if you don't turn in your gun, then you better not use it, because if you have to go to court because you killed a robber that broke into your house, you're going to be in trouble because you killed him with a gun, you know? Knives are not a good replacement for gunshot self-defense. They require a person to get too close. Well, I think a knife versus gunfight wouldn't be good, right? Because a person using a knife is going to die. But, if guns are illegal, a lot less people would have guns. We'd end up like the UK, where everybody ends up doing knife fights and machete fights, you know? I think that's a lot better because UK also has a lot less school shootings, and that's ultimately what I want to stop happening. If you think women should need to use a knife or pepper spray instead of something like a 380, you're I'm gonna assume you said the R word after. Just assuming. Rule 1 is to never make an unenforceable policy. This is Asian. I don't know what you said, dude. No Nerf guns, I need those. Sure, I need Nerf guns too. Someone can rob me, I can shoot them. Wow. I don't know what to say to you. I think if someone's robbing you, you could like pull out a machete out of your holster, you know? You're like, sword, give me back my sword rights, instead of like gun rights, you know? Police don't carry knives because they aren't sufficient. Most knives end up with both dead. True, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think police and the government should be able to use guns, but the general public shouldn't be allowed guns at all, or at least extremely strict gun laws. You think someone being torn to shreds is worse than a bullet hole? Okay, so here's the thing. If you get stabbed, you have a possibility of surviving. Same as if you get shot, right? But guns are way more lethal and way easier to use than a knife is, right? Also, nobody's gonna like go to school and kill 15 of their classmates, right, with a knife. You know what I'm saying? With a gun, they can do it, but not with a knife. What if someone breaks into your home to R-word you? I'd let him. I'm just kidding. No, I mean, that would suck. I would probably fight them. And if guns were all banned, then I would use a knife that I keep under my pillow. Doesn't the UK get bombs? I don't know. Are you planning on bringing a bomb? We get it. Your dad left. My dad is sleeping in the other room. Take care of him. Yeah. Damn liberal ruining my country. I'm sorry, Brandon J. But won't the bad guy get the guns anyway? Yeah, but not nearly as many bad guys will have guns. So in the event that I get home invaded by 4 gays, I just gotta hold that... Guys. I meant to say guys. In the event that I get home invaded by 4 guys, I just gotta hold that L since... Thank you for the corn, Brandon J. I just gotta hold that L since no one has guns. If you get broken into your house... if your house gets broken into by 4 guys that have guns, and you're only one guy that has a gun, you're probably still gonna lose. They still shoot. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, you are dumb if you think we should ban all weapons. I don't think we should ban all weapons. Like, I think a baton is even considered a weapon. I think batons are fine to have, you know? Okay, listen, I did not mean to say for gays. Banning guns wouldn't stop crimes, they just commit more crimes by having them brought in. I don't know about that. I think having guns imported from, like, other countries is way tougher to do than just, like, going up to, like, some white guy reselling it, like, down the street with, like, scratched off serial numbers, right? He's like, oh, here's a gun, right? And you're like, oh, okay, here's $1,000. What about spoons, forks, hammers, knives, and toothbrushes? No, I don't want to ban those at all. I don't know how those are like a gun at all. You do know you do know the people breaking into your house will have a gun? Hey, if they have a gun, I will do whatever they want me to do. Willingly. I'm just kidding. Guns are banned in Jamaica, bud. Cool. I bet Jamaica has a lot less school shootings than the US does, huh? Guns can't be banned. Yes, they can. Make them illegal. That's how you ban them. This is what you call an establishment bootlicker. Oh man. You ban all guns, we have more violence. We just need more regulations. Alright then, I mean, that's what I've been saying, like, either way stricter gun laws or no guns at all. You know, just take away people's guns. I don't want school shootings to happen. Did you not study the Holocaust in school? What are you talking about? So the general public should not be able to drive because some people drink and drive? Wrong. No, see, if the general public driving enabled other people to drink and drive, that would be a more accurate analogy, right? That meaning people who get guns legally resell it to people who use them illegally, right? Or people who get guns legally or steal their dad's gun or whatever, then go to school with it, right? Colin is trans. True. You should ban cars too. While you're there, they unalive people too. Hey man, ban cars. Sure. Help the environment, you know? I've been to, what is it, Sweden? What is it? I don't know. Whatever place, they ride bikes around, basically. That's my point. Ban stupid people. True. I will always take advice from my children. I will always take my advice from children. Good idea, man. We have fresh new mindsets, way more open-minded than anybody in an older generation that I've met. The older people that I've spoken to, like, the older they get, the more closed-minded they seem, you know? Well, it's in the Constitution, so oh well. It's more of a mental health problem. Sure, it is a mental health problem, but I don't really know how we're gonna fix that as simply as we would fix taking the guns away, you know? Most guns are owned illegally. Yeah. Unless government is giving up their guns, then maybe. I wouldn't want them to give up their guns. But 400 million guns in America. How are you gonna do it, Hans? I mean, I'm not gonna do anything, but if they were to ban guns, as I said, make them illegal, and then most likely people will come. You say make it illegal, come turn in your guns. They're not gonna like go door to door. And for the people who don't want to turn in their guns, you better not get caught using it because it's illegal. Someone could call the cops on you. Be like, hey, I heard someone shooting Clay or whatever, right? Or shooting Hunting, or shooting a home intruder, right? They're gonna take your gun away from you if you get caught using it. Yeah, the Holocaust is a prime example of what happens when you de-arm citizens. Okay. It does, though. People buy cars illegally all the time. I don't really get what you're saying. No logic. Bro, what? Yeah, okay, Kamala. Okay. Rage bait. This is not rage bait, I promise. Why do all people try to ban guns look beta after? I look like a beta? Really? If someone tries to take my guns, then they'll die. Ooh, uh-oh. Since Democrats are the ones doing the mass shootings, can we ban something other than guns? I mean, I don't care which side is doing the mass shootings. I want to ban guns because that would stop either side from doing mass shootings, you know? Stack up or F off. Oh, man. They're going to have to rip it off my dead body. I guess they will, if that's the road you're going to go down. Why does the Second Amendment exist? Because those guys were just like you guys. You loved guns. Also back then, I'm sure there was a lot less school shootings than there are now. If ban all guns, then government will have 100% control over you. Wake up. I wouldn't say the government has 100% control over me just because I wouldn't have a gun. I don't think the government has 100% control over anyone that doesn't own a gun. I don't think a gun is what's stopping the government from having control over you. You know, I think if the government came to your house and they wanted you to do something, and you decided to get in a shootout with them, you'd probably be the one that ended up dead. Maybe, let's say you kill a whole team of cops, right? You'd still end up dead because they have many men. Have you ever heard of dumb as a box of rocks? I have heard of that. Every country that has taken away their citizens' gun rights has resulted in tyranny. That's not true. You can ban them, but criminals will still have them and still get them. Just a thought. True. Banning something will never completely eradicate it, but it will lessen the amount that people have by a crap ton. As proven many times before. You're a goon? I am a goon. Outlaw planes? Why? You do know that bad people don't care about laws, right? Well, kinda. I mean, a lot of people would be out there murdering and killing other people if it wasn't illegal. You know, a lot of people, only thing stopping them from not committing murder is the fact that they will not be a free man afterwards. You know, absolutely zero logic. I'm sorry, man. Why does the Second Amendment exist? I mean, why do you guys love the Constitution so much, man? What's so special about it? Like, yeah, they created it a long time ago. A couple guys wrote it up. Great, you know. What, we're not allowed to change it? We're not allowed to say, like, oh, well, that rule doesn't make sense anymore now that modern times are here. Things have changed since then. I think that rule should be a little bit different now, you know? You know the Third Amendment? I think it's the Third Amendment. It's like you have to allow a soldier in your home or something. Like, dude, that doesn't really apply anymore, you know? We live in a completely different time, you know? Guns aren't the issue, it's people. True, but it's a lot harder to fix people than it is just to take away the weapons that they're using, you know? Kid, read a history book. Will do. I will get right on that after I end this live stream, I promise you. Yo, what's the Second Amendment? Why does everybody love the Second Amendment so much? Oh my goodness. Heart disease, leading cause of death. Why not ban fast food? Ban fast food. If that's what you have an issue with, go ahead and ban fast food, man. My issue is school. I don't want that to happen anymore. You, sir, are a victim. Plus, it goes against our Second Amendment. Will not happen without chaos. I'm sure it won't happen without chaos, but the chaos will eventually end after all you crazy gun owners who think you're going to get in a shootout with our government are actually going to come out alive or in the right or in any capacity win that fight. Like, just because you're like, oh, you want my gun? Come and take it. Come and take it. Come and take it. It's like, okay, like, it's not going to end well for you, you know. You're not going to scare them off by saying that. How do you propose collecting 400 million currently privately owned, mainly unregistered? Make it illegal. Say, hey, if you're caught owning a gun, you will be arrested, so turn in your gun within the next 2 years. After those 2 years, if you're caught using a gun or owning a gun, you will be arrested. You know, I think that'll scare people, and if it doesn't, then they'll get arrested when the time comes. The Constitution is the USA. Get out if you have a problem with it. I mean, what, is the USA, like, allergic to reform or change or progression, you know? Like, if some guys made a bunch of rules a bunch of years ago, and you think it's so special that you have to stick to that set of rules for the rest of your life, no matter how social or societal circumstances change, I don't know what to say to you, man. Go look at Australia. Yeah, go look at Australia. They're doing fine. Ban them would cause people to riot because we love our guns. True, but, I mean, ban guns in 40 years, everything will be how I want it to be, you know? Are you American or illegal? I am American, born and raised. You want my gun? Come get it. Will do. 0821 Papa? Debate John Lott. I don't know who that is. Does this ban include the government? No. I can't defend myself in my own home? I mean, I think you can defend yourself in your own home, and you don't need a gun to do that. How do you propose... Oh, I already read that. Okay, genius. You come take my gun. Started my house, sissy. Dude, I'm not gonna take your gun. Nobody's gonna try to take your guns. You either have to turn it in because you're afraid of getting arrested, or they would arrest you for having it and using it after the turn it in clause is up. I don't know. Lamau, over 85% of USA officers polled they will not enforce a gun ban. Alright. Raised by grandma? No. What, are all grandmas against guns? I don't get that. If you don't like it, then move out of the United States, dude. Probably will. Violence is a mindset. Agreed, but it's harder to change people's mindsets than it is to take away their guns. You will be taking as well. Don't think you won't, gun or not. What? Communism at its best. Do you know what communism is? Communism doesn't have anything to do with gun laws at all. Like not even a little tiny bit. You have been dumbed down. What are you talking about? Guns don't kill, people do. True, a lot harder to fix people than it is to take away the guns. If you don't like it, move out of United. Read the many problems with this, man. What about the people who shouldn't have guns already? Well, in 30 to 40 years, eventually those numbers will plummet. I assume 30 to 40, could be less. Please explain why banning guns is a good option. Okay, 18 plus when the host is 15. I'm not 15, dude. I'm not 15. Okay, please explain why banning guns is a good option. Because children are dying when they want to go to school, and I don't like that. I hope that will not happen ever again. Look at Chicago, strictest gun laws in the U.S., but worse gun crimes. Yeah, because if you want to smuggle guns, you could do it state for state, or state to state, right, city to city, since it's in the U.S. Smuggling it country to country would be a lot harder. You need a history lesson, buddy. You need a history lesson, buddy. I don't know. Does it hurt to want? What? No, TF. Australia is not law. They have a huge home invasion issue. Oh man, that sucks for them. But then again, in America, I mean, it's not like anyone who gets home invaded is immediately shooting the home invader, you know? I mean, you could, but that's not an extremely likely scenario, you know? Just a moronic conversation. Oh, I'm sorry you think so. They love their guns more than people. True. You think the local sheriffs and service members would enforce that? You fell and hit your head. Dude, your username is Meathead. DC banned guns and home invasion went up 5,000%. That sucks for DC, dude. Uh-oh. Trying to take Second Amendment rights is basically letting the government make it okay on taking. What? You were born in the wrong country, buddy. Dang. Oh. Bro thinks criminals will all of a sudden follow the law just for just this once. No, I don't think criminals are going to be the ones turning in their guns. I think legal citizens are going to be the one turning in their guns. If you're not as easily able to readily buy a gun and resell it to criminals, then the criminals will eventually stop having guns. Yeah. People who commit gun violence, 98% own them illegally. Alright, well, how do you think they got them? Why has all the mass shootings happened in gun-free zones? All schools are gun-free zones. Right, dude. I mean, America's a murder-free zone, but people still murder, you know? Banning something isn't going to completely eradicate it, but it'll sure lessen the amount a lot more, you know? If kids were allowed to each other at school, that would happen a lot more, you know, if there were no consequences for it. You know what I'm saying? We don't have a gun problem, we have a mental health problem. True. Can you guarantee that the government won't become tyrannical? I cannot guarantee that. I don't think I can guarantee most things in life. The law enforcement agencies need to start profiling people more willing to commit mass shootings. True. Yeah. Hey, man, I say, go through our devices, go through our messages. In Great Britain, they have a massive problem with stabbings. Right, but what about school, what about that? They have a massive problem with that, because that's what I'm trying to prevent, you know? Kid, you better learn criminals get them faster than law-abiding citizens. Right, because they don't have to go through the process. Brain rot ad live. Oh man. Yeah, I'm sure shotting an intruder. You don't know how to spell shooting. Oh man. Meaning murder rate didn't change, just the weapon did? Sorry, I don't really know what you're talking about. Guns don't kill people. Alright. Mass shootings are caused by mental illness, not the gun. True. And if we could keep guns in America and completely eradicate mental illness, that would be a great thing, and I would love that, and I would prefer that. You know? Sad thing is, it's a lot harder to make mental illness illegal, you know? And it would also be immoral, because people can't control whether they have mental illnesses or not, you know? A lot harder to fix people than it is to take away their guns. Why should guns be illegal? We really should be looking at the real problem, which is, I'm going to assume you're talking about mental health. Leave him alone, guys. He's just a child. I'm not a child. Not a child. See, you're only taking away the tool of somebody who wants to kill. They will always find a way to kill. True, but it'll be way less effective. Like, oodles and oodles and oodles less effective. Guns are extremely powerful compared to, like, any other weapon out there. What are you scared of, little fella? I'm scared of school shootings. There's more illegal weapons than registered. If you take out all registered weapons, illegals stay out. What? Wait, what? Illegals? Thank you for the rose, James. You know there was less school shootings when schools weren't in gun-free zones? So are you trying to say that the two are correlated? Are you trying to say people do school shootings because it's in a gun-free zone? Well, I don't get what your point is supposed to be, dude. Dude is a paid troll. Do not engage. I'm not getting paid for this. Simply doing this as an activity. For fun, I guess. You do a terrible job defending your point. I'm sorry you think so, David. Unintended consequences? Sure, there will be unintended consequences, but I don't think they'll be too dramatic or drastic compared to the consequences we're facing already by making guns as easily accessible as they already are. Banning guns doesn't take them away from criminals. Not all of them, but a lot of them eventually will lose their guns. That makes sense. Highest crime rates are in gun-free zones. I don't get what you guys are trying to prove here. Are you trying to say that it's, like, correlated? If you can get the criminals to give up their guns, more power to you. Thank you. Loser. Oh, man. Gun ban or not, the criminals will always have guns. I'd rather have more and bigger. So, you know how countries that don't have as much guns as the U.S. has less gun violence than the U.S. does? If you want to get rid of gun violence, you get rid of the guns. Maybe we'll end up like those other countries that don't really have guns as much as we do. You know what I'm saying? What is taxpayers' money going to? A lot of things, I'd assume, you know? Thugs and sick people obey laws, right? Oh, you're being sarcastic. I mean, I'd assume the answer you're looking for is no, but I'm not saying that criminals have to obey the laws. I mean, they should, of course, but they don't have to obey the laws for them to slowly not have guns anymore, you know? It all starts legally, and then they're sold illegally. Why not put metal detectors in all schools? Sure, that's a good idea. It's rage bait. It's not rage bait. Criminals will get access to guns. We need them for defense. Well, not every criminal will always get access to a gun. Right now, criminals have way easier access to guns than they should. If we had way stricter gun laws or banned all guns, the access that criminals would have to guns would be lessened by a lot. Can you invite me to the live so I can actually have a good debate? I like to debate. I'm sorry, James, but I can't invite anybody to the live until 2 more days after today have passed, because it says I need to be live for 30 minutes, which I've already done, and go live on 3 days in a row, I think it is, and this is only my first day ever being live, so I'm sorry about that. I wish I could. You look like you would... Okay, Cardboard. I'm not sure how that helps your point at all. You will never get rid of guns in America. You will only take them from law-abiding citizens. you would get rid of guns in America, just not completely. I don't think you would get rid of anything completely by banning it or making it illegal. For instance, murder. He's trying to say gun-free zones don't work. Right, which is why I want America to become a gun-free zone, because it's a lot harder to smuggle guns over country lines than it is over state lines. Wait till bro finds out guns don't kill people. People kill people. True, and I wish this country didn't have a mental health problem, but since it does, and that's super hard to fix, I think the easier fix for that would be banning guns, or at least having way stricter laws. Wow, you were spamming that message, Ethan. School shootings have less than 500 deaths since Columbine. Hey man, it's children dying, and I don't like that. He's not a child, just has all his comic books behind him. True, it's, I don't know if you could see, but their comic book covers are stapled up to the top of my wall over there. I think it's pretty cool. A gas can under pressure can kill many and faster. Okay, if gas cans are better than guns, why don't people just use a bunch of gas cans? Oh, that's a great idea. Nobody's gonna use gas cans, dude. It's an election year. I hope Kamala wins. As a ranch owner, I need a gun for the bears and coyotes. That's fair, but also I value children's lives more than your crops. Sorry about that, but I do. Illegal firearms will not illegal people, you nuns. Wait, illegal firearms, not illegal people, you nuns. What? That's why there's 4 cops at its school. What? BS can of gas is much more effective. Alright, dude, I mean, I don't see anybody using cans of gas. I mean, if they're more effective, why aren't they using those, you know? How old are you? Not important, but I'm 18 plus. Did you say the AR-15 is the most powerful weapon out there? I never said anything like that. I don't even know if that's true. That's what. Also, I think the range of weapons is important when you're saying something like that. Like a nuke would technically be a weapon, right? It's a bomb. You know, I would say that's way more powerful than AR-15. That's why Trump wants to open mental health clinics or hospitals to get mentally ill off the street. That's a good idea, but I still like Kamala. Give me one example where this has worked before. Where what, banning guns has lessened the amount of school shootings, which is my goal. Let's see. I think you could probably Google a list of places that have stricter gun laws than America, or places that have banned guns, and then look up for each one of those countries the amount of school shootings that they have compared to America. That's kind of like my whole point. Illegal weapons, dude. What? You're not wise. Sorry, David. How are you getting the criminals guns? Yeah, shut up. Well, the criminals are eventually not going to have guns anymore if they're way harder to get, and they will be way harder to get if they're illegal. You move to a different country? Hey, man, maybe I will. You realize banning guns only lets criminals own guns, right? Yes, and the law. I don't want to ban all guns. I would want police and the government to have access to guns. Also, it would take away the vast majority of criminals that have guns. They would probably switch to knives, just like in the UK. Alright, cool. Law-abiding people will become the victim. In a lot of cases, yeah, but also the students won't be victims, which is my goal. We need guns to be able to stand up to the government if it becomes tyrannical. Okay, dude, if you're planning on getting in a shootout with the U.S. government, get out of the chat, dude. You're not gonna win that battle. Best option is banning all Democrats. They seem to be the shooters. What, ban people from being Democrats? How do you plan on doing that, dude? You can't ban someone from having an opinion. You can ban someone from owning something, like a physical item. But you can't, like... I will not give up anything. Damn, Sean. Guess you're gonna get arrested then. I don't know. That's an idiotic point. I'm sorry about that organically. Europe. Look up the amount of murders without guns. Right, look up the amount of school shootings in Europe compared to the US. That's my point. Ban guns, use knives. Ban knives, use bats. Ban bats, use a shovel. A killer will kill. Hey man, I'm just saying, if someone brings a shovel to school, they're gonna get stopped a lot faster than someone who brings a gun to school, you know? Think banning guns will stop violence? I don't think it will completely end violence. You do know people have been killing since long before gun. Yeah, but it was a lot less effective. America isn't a country? What? He's not going to get arrested. He probably has a permit to carry like a normal person. No, I'm saying like he'd get arrested if guns were illegal. He's saying like, oh, come and take my gun. You want to take my gun? Come and take it. And it's like, okay, well, if they did want to take your guns, they probably will, you know? And unless you're not scared of getting in a shootout with the police, then you'd hand over your gun in fear of that happening, you know? But if you're not scared of getting in a shootout with the police, go out on the head, you're going to lose that fight, you know? It's like 1,000,000 versus 1. Drugs are illegal and are easy to get. True, but imagine how much easier they'd be to get if they weren't illegal at all, right? I mean, weed used to be illegal, right? And that used to be way harder to get. You should know that, right? But nowadays, it's so much easier to get. There's stores for it next to like a Wingstop, you know? Way, way, way easier to get. It's guys like him is the reason why they should raise the voting age to 21. Sorry about that, Twisted. Possibly even the military will join just because. We'll join in with the people who don't want guns to be banned. Can you guarantee our government will not become tyrannical when guns are banned? I can't guarantee that, just as well as I can't guarantee we all won't go extinct from a solar flare tomorrow, right? I mean, I can't guarantee a lot of things. Guns are good, abortion is good. Oh, I don't agree with that. I think guns are bad, abortion is bad. A secure border is good. Climate change is real. I think climate change is real, yes. A secure border is good, but I also think the vast majority of illegal immigrants aren't here for the reasons that you guys think they are. They're not here to invade us. They're not here to turn America into Mexico. They're not, or Venezuela or fucking Haitian. I don't know. Whatever illegal immigrants you guys are talking about. I don't think they're here for malicious purposes. I think they're here to start a new life and give better lives to their kids. And the ones who are here for malicious purposes, of course, should get arrested. But I don't think completely banning illegal immigrants is the way to go. I think that's not a very empathetic move. Think banning guns will stop violence? No. Unfortunately, banning guns will never happen. I believe that, sadly. Structure the gun law. Make it harder for criminals. Never take from legal owners. That's a good idea. If a gun is used for hunting or you have a pistol permit, I'm fine with it. Right, but like, someone could take, like, let's say his dad likes to go hunting, but a kid is insanely mental ill and nobody knows about it. You get what I'm saying? You get where I'm going with that? Whatever the Democrats or Republicans give us, we get a vote if there's in opposition, they take them out. Whatever the Democrats or Republicans give us, we gotta vote if there's an opposition, they take them out. Dude, what? Too many gun owners are not held responsible. True. I think they should come into this country legally, and if they're illegally here, they should be deported. I see that, Twisted, and I think that's very sad. Banning guns give disabled people a harder time defending themselves. Disabled people? Are you arguing that we shouldn't ban guns so that disabled people can defend themselves easier? How many disabled people are even, like, allowed to get a gun to use to defend themselves, right? The demand for guns is too high at this point. Banning guns will give much more power to black market. It would make guns way more valuable. It would also make them way more expensive and way harder to acquire, especially since they would need to import them over country lines, over the border. As much as you want to debate, you're not going to get what you want when it comes to this topic. No point, for real. Right, I probably am not going to get what I want, and that sucks. Mass killings have happened here in America before guns, especially in colonial times. Derp. Right, I'm sure mass killings will still happen, even if we do ban guns. But could you imagine how much less it would be? Like, how much less that would happen? They're taking over buildings in Chicago, my guy. Are you talking about illegal immigrants? Schools used to have shooting clubs. Kids brought their own guns to school. What's your point here, Ben? I need my little strap. True, Dumari. Bro, you trust your government way too much, my young brother. I trust my government when it comes to some things. Other things, I don't trust them at all, you know? You guys know Trump got shot at again today? Isn't that crazy? I think that sucks. I don't think Trump should die. I think he should lose the election, but I don't think he should die. You think all cops will be on board with it? I don't think all cops will be on board with it, but if you are a cop and you're not on board with it, they'd probably either quit, and if they don't enforce that law, and they don't listen to what they're supposed to, they don't listen to the government that they work for, then they would be fired. Liberalism is a mental disease. Wow, Cookie Mando. The streets are polluted with stolen guns. True. What a joke. Shut it, Chucky. Used to be able to buy a gun at the hardware store. Oh. Even on the Republican side. What? More children die to youth sports each year than school shootings ban youth sports? I don't think youth sports is killing the kids, you know? You're so worried about kids talk about all the children that go missing every year. How am I supposed to fix that, dude? I don't even know where to start to argue that. I would say, what, should I change this to say, like, banning kidnapping is the best option? Of course, dude. Nobody wants kids to go missing other than people taking them. I was a child. You could smoke in restaurants. That's not good. I don't know where you've been, but that's not a good thing at all. Smoking in general isn't good. I don't care. Oh, I want freedom. I want to smoke cigarettes. It's not good for you. It's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for the people around you. People want to live longer, you know? That's why you're not allowed to smoke inside restaurants. Democrats were once to protect and help others. Now it's communism where we can only vote for them. You know what communism is, dude? The right to bear arms is crucially important to prevent tyranny, however you want to pronounce it. Quit trying to destroy our country. I'm not trying to destroy our country, dude. Trump already said he would take the assault weapons. Cool. I don't think assault weapons are the only problem, though. Everybody's complaining about school shootings. Just ban schools. Problem solved. Oh, problem solved, dude. Yeah, oh my gosh, you're so smart. Gun owners need to be held more responsible if their guns get stolen. True. At least 7 kids have died this year playing football. Okay, dude. So, you're saying that I should make this say, like, banning football is the best option. I don't think football is as bad as school shootings, dude. Call me crazy, but I really don't think it's the same thing. What happens when another Trump gets elected after a gun ban? I hope another Trump won't get election. Sheesh. I'm a Dem. No way ban all guns. Did you ever hear about a thing called the Constitution? I don't think you are a Democrat. I don't often hear Democrats praising the Constitution like it's the holy grail of our society, but I always hear Republicans and conservatives praising that thing. Only 13 of my pew-pews are registered, so they can take them, but I'll still have more. Like, you're self-reporting, dude. I mean, people this whole life have been commenting about, you're gonna take guns away from the people who own it legally? Like, you're trying to help these people out, but you're hurting their arguments. They're saying only the criminals are gonna have guns. The unregistered guns aren't gonna get taken away. You're like, yeah, they won't. I'm still gonna have guns. I'm a lunatic. Okay, actually, Kamala said she's a gun owner. Trump said he is not. That's fine. Ever hear go far enough left, you get your guns back? I never heard that, and if that's true, that sucks, I guess. I don't know. I think abortion is bad. and guns are also bad, but I would prefer Kamala as the president over Donald Trump. Is that crazy to you guys? Everyone has their opinion. True. Kamala said she and Walz are both gun owners. True. World sports are. Way to hide what's really going on in the world. Trump already said he would do away with the Department of Education. Yeah, what the hell was that about? I don't know why he would say that. School shootings as a result of poor parenting? I don't know, man. Sometimes people have mental illnesses, you know? Sometimes people are good parents and their kid was born with a little something wrong, you know? I'll add you on Discord. Alright, cool. Add me. Let me see. Alright, too many gun owners don't secure their guns properly. True. It should be harder to get one than a first driver's license. I can say that. I agree. Yeah, I agree with that. Not debating this, just wanted to say you're cooked. Okay. Second Amendment, buddy. Yeah, let's do away with the Second Amendment. I don't see, like when you say is the Second Amendment actually I get to own a gun. It's like, okay, then I don't agree with the Second Amendment. Clearly, I don't agree with the Second Amendment. Like, obviously, you can't say like, oh, Second Amendment, Second Amendment. It's like, do that. You're not proving any point. You really think Kamala is a gun owner? Pretty sure she said that she is herself. Guns are a tool. True, sometimes those tools are used for bad. I wish it never was. I wish people never did use those tools for bad, but sadly it's a lot easier to take away those tools than it is to fix people's brains. Liberalism is a mental disorder. Okay, apples. It's a power thing. What? I want to message you direct to debate with you if you don't mind. Sure. If you do want to add me on Discord, add me on Discord. It's WERADASF. We rad as fuck. Just ASF. We rad as fuck. No capitals. Biden administration left $85 billion in weapons in Afghanistan for our enemies, but you want mine. Let's say I want those too. My worry is with school shootings in America. But if Afghanistan starts having a bunch of school shootings, I'll say, damn it, Biden. Damn it. You know. You can ban anything, it doesn't mean it's going away. True. But, it will disappear a lot. Not completely, of course. Banning anything in the world won't make it completely disappear. But numbers will lessen by a lot, you know. Never gonna happen. Oh man, he doesn't realize that people are going to get guns anyways. True, they are gonna get guns, but it'll be a lot less people. Kind of like abortion, right? If you ban all abortion across the entire United States, abortion rates would fucking plummet, you know? I mean, maybe do some research. I'm not saying that in a condescending way. I'm saying, like, just look up, does banning something make it go away? Of course, it's never going to be the case that it makes it go away completely, but it does make the numbers drop substantially. And yeah. Why should guns be banned? To stop school shootings. One day, if someone breaks into your house, you'll know. Maybe I will wish I had a gun. I'll probably just give them all my stuff, though, and then ask my insurance company, like, hey, can I have my stuff back? And they'll be like, yeah, fine. Or they'll say, no. Hey, guys, let's all take advice about gun ownership from a kid that isn't old enough to buy one. I'm old enough to buy one, but I'm not allowed to. I signed a thing when I was, like, 14 or 15 or something. I don't know. Yeah, because all robbers just want your stuff. I mean, if they're robbing me, yeah, right? If they're robbing me, that's what they're after, isn't it? Hold on, am I stupid? Wait. Sorry Sorry, I'm looking up the definition of robber. A person who commits robbery. Okay, what's the definition of robbery? The action of taking property unlawfully from a person or place by force or... Yeah, they're taking something from you. Your opinion does not matter. Damn it, Dylan. Fuck. I thought it did. Not how that works, little guy. Okay, big guy. It leaves us all unprotected. Well, you can still protect yourself if you don't have a gun, you know? Then why did London have a higher murder rate than New York in 2019? I don't know. Now we're gonna rough you up. What? What? You're gonna rough me up? Drugs are illegal. Tell me how that's working out. A lot of people do drugs, but you're proving my point for me, dude. Imagine how many people would be doing drugs if they weren't illegal. If nobody was getting arrested for drugs, and if there was absolutely no consequence for doing them other than the side effects of the drug itself, people would stop doing the drugs. Not everybody, of course, but that won't stop shootings. Not all of them, but large majority of them, yeah. So there would be school stabbings, right? But it's a lot harder to stab 30 kids at school, you know. It's a lot more unrealistic. Maybe the teachers have carry concealed. Maybe. I don't know. Then only... You know what would suck, though, is if a teacher was also mentally ill? I'm just saying purely hypothetically. I'm not trying to make this as a point or anything, but if the teacher was also mentally ill and they're like, I mean, they gave me one. This kid is really annoying me. I'm gonna just crash out right now. Good thing we have a Second Amendment for a reason. Screw the Second Amendment, dude. Screw it. Guns ain't gonna get banned. True, they probably won't. Think the crooks are just gonna hand theirs over too? No, of course not. But it'll be way, way, way harder for them to get a hold of one. I can make a shotgun for $50 at Home Depot. True. Yeah. Go ahead and do that. And get arrested for it. What helping the mentally ill people is best option for everyone, or everyone must carry. So my point is that I want school shootings to end. And unless you want kids to also carry to make the other kids too scared to bring one to school and use it against the other ones, then, you know, if you want firefights at school. Yeah, but then the bad guys with guns will now come after you. True, but it'll be a lot less bad guys who have guns, which means it'll be a lot less likely that a bad guy who has a gun will come after me. More likely to be a bad guy who has a knife. You can't just trust bad people not to get their hands on guns. Well, it's not that I'm trusting them to do anything. I'm not trusting them to not want to get guns after it's illegal, right? I'm trusting that the fact that it is illegal, or not that it is illegal, but that it would be illegal, would then make it a lot harder for bad guys to get guns. Ban guns with an open border? No? For every one American, there's about 9 to 10 guns. That's insane, dude. Straw man argument. I'm not using straw man arguments. I'm arguing against people in the chat reading out their messages word for word every single time. 90% of shootings are done with illegal firearms, so you're only hurting law-abiding gun owners. Right, but question yourself on how do they end up getting those guns in the first place? How do they get those guns? Starts out legal, ends up illegal, unless they're being imported, which in that case it would start out illegal, but it's a lot harder to import guns than it is to buy them here in the country. You conceded against your own argument, LOL. I don't know what you're talking about specifically. Sorry. Notice he has 0 guests because he has 0 common sense. I would have guests, but it has a little lock button, and it says unlock multi-guest, and I click on the button that says check requirements, and it says go live for 30 minutes and go live on 3 separate days, 1 out of 3, because today is my first day ever going live, and you need to wait 3 more days, so come back in 3 days, I guess, and I'll be letting people come up here and join. 0 points made? Okay, dude. How old are you? Not important. The only reason other countries don't come here and try to fight us is because of the people who own. Yeah, sure, dude. Sure. Our population has more guns than our military. How do you think they'll remove them? Make it illegal. Say, hey, if you're caught owning a gun, or if you, let's say they have a record, right, of your gun registry. They send you mail, and they say, hey, you better come turn in your gun and make sure we have a record of you turning in your gun. Otherwise, we're going to send some people to your house to go arrest you. Not necessarily take away your guns, but just to go arrest you. And if you want to get in a firefight with those police officers, that is your choice, and it would be a terrible choice. The only reason other countries don't come here... Oh, I already read that. Hold on, sorry. Banning something does not mean criminals won't find ways of getting them. Look at drugs. True, they will find ways of getting them, but it will be a lot less. If drugs were legal, a lot more people would have them. That's why Japan never came to our country. Japan... What are you talking about? You're saying Japan never came to our country because our citizens have guns? I think they never came to our country because the one time they tried some shit with us, we were like, alright, okay, dude, nuke. Yeah, pew pew, free countries have higher crime rates. You do your research. Yeah, my goal is to stop school shootings and stop students from dying, stop kids from dying. You take my guns, then I'll kill. Oh, man. Banning guns would open up the black market bigger than ever, and the prices will rise. True, the prices will rise to an extraordinary amount, which in turn will make it way harder for people to acquire guns. You know? Drugs are illegal, and look how easy they are to acquire. True, they are easy to acquire. But not as easy to acquire as they would be if they were legal. Your mom should have swallowed you. Damn, dude. Damn. I'm not really doing anything wrong. I'm just on TikTok Live. It's not like I'm actively taking away your guns, you know? I'm not oppressing you guys or I'm not doing anything like that. I'm just talking on TikTok. It's not that big of a deal. But do you know that now we all have nukes? Dude, you are chatting up a storm in here making terrible points, K111. You're the guy making the worst points out of everybody. I'd be quicker to agree with everyone else in the chat before you. You are making the worst points, dude. Your way means that only criminals would have the guns, leaving good people defenseless. I wouldn't say defenseless, number one. Number two, again, saying this again, a lot less criminals would have guns. A lot less. If you ban all guns, the criminals will still have them. We ban drugs, and guess who still has them? Criminals. Is that correct? Is that a good guess? Criminals don't care about laws. Is everyone just making the same point over and over? Sorry. I don't support communism. Yo, I don't know what you guys think communism is. I don't know what Donald Trump has made you guys think that communism is. I don't know what you guys saw on Fox News, but communism has absolutely nothing at all to do with guns in any capacity. A communist society doesn't have anything to do with guns. They didn't say they're banned guns or anything. It's an economic thing. It doesn't have anything to do with guns. Your hairline is receding and you're not even old enough to buy a gun. Alright. I'm sorry about that. Only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. Well, another way to stop a bad guy with a gun is by taking away the gun in the first place. Making sure that bad guy can never get a gun, you know. But in the case that that bad guy does have a gun, it will be dealt with in time, you know? Sure, he'll commit bad with that gun, but it'll be a lot less bad being committed than there would be if guns were how they are now, I guess. There's no one taking my guns. We have that right in this country, and if you don't like it, too bad. I mean, that's true, honestly, you got me there. Go do something constructive. Nobody is taking the guns. It's 4:23 a.m. Not much I could do right now. No, they won't. The weak will suffer. I think the weak are already suffering, whatever that means. If you're weak, you're probably not doing too well, you know? This is what Brazil did. Okay. Drugs are illegal, and look how easy they are. Oh, I already read that. Or maybe he's just spamming messages. Sorry. I think you should do some research. I think so too. I will love to do more research on this. I've done a bit of research, and I'd like to talk about it now. And none of you guys have changed my mind so far. Look at the beheading in UE. What? Right, but then guns will be a lot more harmful because people would have to rely on police. Guns would be a lot more harmful because we would have to rely on police. I may be misreading your comment, but how does How do people relying on police make guns more harmful? I don't understand. His voice sounds like Morse critical. Dude, I don't get it. I mean, I don't hear it, but that's like, I gotta think like maybe the 11th time that somebody said that to me in the past like 4 days. It's crazy. Do I really sound like him? People will always find ways to illegally get them, and besides, it's a human right as an American citizen. Dude, you guys are... A lot of people are crazy when it comes to calling something a human right, okay? I mean, it's a manufactured product that you want to buy, you know? I'd say maybe it's a human right to create whatever you want to, you know? If you wanted to create a gun yourself, sure, create a gun. Just please don't use it for bad, because it wouldn't be your human right to take away someone else's life, you know? But, I wouldn't know about calling, like, owning guns a human right. Same as I wouldn't call abortion a human right, because it's a medical procedure. You know, it's something that was invented that your government allows you to get, or gives you, you know? Yeah. It ain't gonna happen. You are wasting your time. You might as well debate something else. Earlier today, I was debating abortion laws. That was pretty fun. The First and Fourth Amendment go hand in hand. Cool. Criminals will always get guns. Stop being stupid. True, but it will be a lot less criminals getting a lot less guns, because they will be way more expensive, and for a lot of other reasons. We have guns to protect ourselves from a tyrannical government, not just criminals. Dude, when's the last time you protected yourself from our own government using a gun? When's the last time you shot at like a police officer or an FBI agent or a CIA agent or the president? Never. It was fucking never. Because you're not protecting yourself from our government. The government doesn't give a fuck about you. They're not like trying to invade your home or control you or do any of that stuff. Okay? Dealt with in time, or could be dealt in the moment by a good person with a gun. True, but again, my stance is that I want school shootings to happen, and I guess having a good person with a gun in that position where they could stop a school shooting would be giving teachers guns or having security officers with guns on every campus, you know. The bad guy needs to be locked up. I'm not going because someone's mom failed them. I agree, bad guy needs to be locked up, but then again, someone's mom who, let's say they didn't do a good job, maybe she doesn't even know she didn't do a good job, right? A lot of times when school pew-pewers do that horrible thing, their mom is like, oh my gosh, he was such a good kid, I have no idea what happened, that's insane, like that's crazy, I can't believe he did this is so tragic. Because she has no idea why he did that or how that happened, you know? Guns will never go away in this country. Sadly, I believe that. Can't wait until you get drafted and you're behind enemy lines. Dude, if America's gonna start drafting, I'm moving to Ireland. There's no debate. You're clueless. You're clueless, Tasman. Criminals will have guns and citizens won't. Simple. A lot less criminals. You're missing the point. It keeps everyone honest. What does? Guns? All guns being banned means that all guns are in hands of criminals. Yo, you guys are making like the same point over and over and over and over. You guys over and over are just saying like, well, if I can't have my gun, then a criminal's gonna have his gun. It's like, yeah, dude, it'll be a lot less criminals, which means there's so much of a slimmer chance that a criminal with a gun is gonna be after you, you know? Especially since the prices of guns are gonna go way up. I'd like to see people try and take guns from my crazy redneck neighbors. Hey, if your crazy redneck neighbors want to get in a firefight with the U.S. government, that's up to them. It's not a good idea, man. Never a good idea for that. Check out my brightness. Alright. Period, I can always get a pew-pew. It will just be citizens who can't get them. Okay. There are more deaths by car accidents than guns. Let's ban cars. Your argument makes no sense. Okay, but people aren't deliberately driving their cars into schools, you know? They're not driving a car straight into a school and murdering 30 kids on purpose. Last country that banned all guns winded up gassing 1 million people. Are we talking about the Holocaust? Did they have semi-automatic... Are you saying the Holocaust happened because of a gun ban? Go ahead and move then. If you are unwilling to serve your country, go. I think a lot of people in the U.S. aren't willing to serve the country. I don't think the point of living in a country, like, I don't think you would want to live in a country because you're willing to put your life on the line for some old guys who have a disagreement with each other, you know? I disagree with war in general. I think it's a bad thing to happen. I don't think people should be sent out to kill each other in general. I don't like death, you know? Spoken like a true coward. Damn it. My fear is with giving teachers guns is trained professional cops still panic in the moment. True. I don't want to give teachers guns. I think that's a bad idea too. That's why I just want to ban them in general. You know, make the likelihood of a school shooting way lower. There will never be a gun ban. Probably true. Bushy Bill Roberts 2.1. People who have this stupid idea People who have this stupid idea need to be the one going door to door collecting them. Lol. Good luck. Hey man, send me out there. I'll go door to door. If I get guns, good. If I say to a guy, hey man, can I have your gun? It's illegal to own a gun now. Can you give it to me? And he says, I hope you try taking my gun. I'll be like, oh shit, okay, and I'll fucking walk away. I'm not gonna deal with that guy. I'll let the people who have guns deal with that guy. The government, the police, you know. I don't think we need to ban them, but maybe for them to be harder to get. Yeah, that's a good idea too. Make the gun laws way, way, way stricter, just like Australia. Good by me, you know. Stopping school shootings, you know. That whole thing was a setup, just like the first assassination attempt to wipe out Trump and guns. Are you talking about the Holocaust? Are you saying the Holocaust was a setup? What was the setup, Sue? What are you talking about? If anything should ban, it should be police forces. It will be more efficient than banning guns. You're saying ban the police? I thought you were a Trump supporter, dude. Banning guns in this country opens up another door wide open for the cartels. I don't know if the reason the cartels aren't invading the United States is because the citizens have guns. Would have too much power over us. Wake up, you are young. Luckily you have time to learn. Thank you, Jamie. You talk too much. Let me kiss your forehead. Aww. Kiss my forehead, man. That'll be so nice of you. You can have my guns. I will give you the ammo first. Cool. Works for me. Take your own... Wow. That's crazy, man. I mean, again, I'm not really doing anything. I'm not hurting any of you in any way at all. I'm expressing my opinion on TikTok, right? You were scrolling through TikTok, you happen to see me. Wait, this guy's expressing his opinion? This is an opinion that I disagree with. Oh my gosh, off yourself, dude. Like, what did I do? I didn't really do anything at all. I'm not enforcing a law. I'm not taking away your guns myself. I'm just saying, I think guns are bad, because I don't like school shootings. Do you own a firearm? No gun, no opinion. That's exactly the argument that people used against me when I did my abortion debate earlier today. They said, can you give birth? Are you a man? Okay, shut up then. Shh. It's like, okay, dude, I think it's a moral wrong to get an abortion in the first place, because as the way I see it, you're killing babies, you know, shouldn't be doing that. That's why I speak on it. You will be a prime target for illegals. Planet Janet, what the hell are you talking about, dude? Illegal immigrants are not like Satan's soldiers. I'm sorry to say, but I argued against the Democrats and liberals and pro-choice, pro-abortion people earlier today. But you guys seem way more unhinged than they did. I mean, they insulted me a lot more than you guys are. What, did they? Yeah, they did. But they also made a lot more sound arguments than you guys are. Also, they didn't talk about immigrants at all. Banning all guns from whom? From the citizens of America, the people who are reselling them to the criminals and everyone in America except for the police force and military and government system in general. No debate, my right. What? Loser. Okay, Firebug. How old are you, dude? What are you, like a 50-year-old man calling me a loser? Go to bed, dude. How do you plan on getting rid of every gun in existence? I don't plan on getting rid of every gun in existence. That was never my stance. I'm listening to, what is it, Bohemian Rhapsody, Queen. Yeah, kids that have experienced school shootings shouldn't have an opinion on guns, right? Are you talking to me or you're talking to the chat? I honestly can't tell what side you are on, anymore. When guns are gone and people use knives, will you ban all knives? No, because knives are extremely way less effective than guns are, right? School shootings are way more detrimental than if a kid brings a knife to a school and stabs one kid, you know? Guns are a way more effective weapon, which is why I think we should take them away. How will you protect your family from the government? If you guys are thinking you need a gun, like a literal killing machine to protect you or your family from the government that you live under, maybe move to a different country. If you don't trust our government or you hate our government so much, maybe to move to a different country where you do trust the government, man. Because if you think you need a gun to protect you and your family from a government that probably doesn't even know you exist, right? Of course they know you exist with their records, but logistically they don't care about you, you know? If they take away your gun because of other mental people doing doing shootings, yes, because it will make shootings less likely. We carried ours to school every day, but we were taught to respect life. That's crazy. You don't agree with the constitutional rights, so therefore the First Amendment, freedom of speech? I agree with freedom of speech. I think freedom of speech is a good thing. I don't think you should take it away from people even if they're using it maliciously. I just think people shouldn't use it maliciously, aka like using your free speech to do something or say something that you know will get people mad. And then when people get mad at you, you're just like, why are you getting mad? Why are you getting mad at me? It's just free speech, bro. I'm just expressing my right to free speech. It's like, you knew what you were saying was offensive. Like you knew you were saying something wrong that would hurt people, and you said it anyways just to get a reaction, and you're blaming them for having a reaction in the first place, you know? Do you think the school shooters will have guns registered to them? Do you think the school shooters have guns registered to them? Probably not most of them, but then again, those guns are registered to somebody, or were, and then illegally the school shooter got a hold of it. Sorry, I gotta turn the song off. It's kind of annoying me. Okay. What you need to understand is that guns aren't what kill. People kill. We need strict laws for guns. People do kill. And if we could fix people just as easy as we could ban guns, I would advocate for that instead. American men forget how to use their fists. What would they do? Oh, American men forgot how to use their fists. What would they do? Use guns, I guess. But in what circumstance would they forget how to use their fists? That doesn't make any sense at all. Just ban Democrats. It will take care of school shooters and assassins. Dude, how are you going to ban Democrats? How are you going to ban people from having political opinions? Having these political opinions isn't what causes people to go insane and own guns and shoot other people, you know? Gen Z, okay. You don't have the knowledge to discuss this subject. Go start studying some history and then come back. How about you go to work, Jamie? Most Americans understand the importance of the right to their own firearms. Okay. Well, I guess I don't. People die every day in cars. Let's ban them. Right, but people aren't maliciously going out to kill each other using cars. You know, it's always an accident within, in my case, I don't know what else we'd do, but I think having cars is extremely dangerous. I wouldn't ban cars, but it is extremely dangerous. How old are you? Doesn't matter, Sammy. If we get rid of those sick people, we'll find other ways, like explosives. They're easy to make. Yeah, but it will be, like, truly, do you truly actually think that criminals who have guns, if they don't have access to guns anymore, that they're gonna start making explosives and start bombing places like schools and such? Like, maybe it'll happen a little teeny bit. But even if that's the case, it's going to be less students dying than there are currently. Only a small-minded child would want to ban guns. And you're a big-brained old man, huh? Being a Democrat literally causes people to go insane. Look at my parents. Wish I could look at your parents. Bet they're more reasonable than you are, huh? I'm sorry. Can you please state some facts and logical reasoning, please? Okay, fact. Banning something or making it illegal lessens the amount that people use that thing or do that thing. People will always still use or do that thing, no matter what you're banning. It will always still happen. The point of banning it or making it illegal is that it will happen a lot less. Okay, criminals don't care about guns, son. I think criminals do care about guns. I don't know. That's my opinion, I guess. Most certainly has not lessened drug use or drug crimes. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. It definitely has. Could you imagine how many people would be using guns if it were, or would be using drugs if it were legal? Could you even possibly fathom the number of people that would start using drugs if they were that much easier to get a hold of? Drugs are so much easier to get a hold of if they're legal. Legal, I said. Legal, sorry. I feel like could have misheard me there. It only lessens the law. It only lessens the law by the citizens' use of that thing. What are you talking about, Tony? Well, I get the idea. I would say more about making them way harder. Hold on, sorry. Just give me 1 second, everybody. I will get to your chats in 10 seconds or less. Promise you. Okay. It would be impossible to take all the guns in the US. I agree. I'm calling BS. On what? Nope, this is Def Rage Bait, LOL. I mean, I don't know how to convince you otherwise. I mean, it's my opinion that I hold. I'm trying to argue for this opinion, but you think it's rage bait? That's your opinion. You're allowed to have that, you know? You're allowed to think it's rage bait. I'm not going to argue with you about it. Look at England. They don't have guns, but use other weapons. Right. My point is that I want to ban school shootings. Well, not ban school shootings, but eradicate them, right? And, people in the UK, you might bring a knife to school, be able to stab like 1 or 2 kids, but if you bring a gun, you're going to be able to do so much more damage. End lives. Lots of lives. And I don't think that's a good thing at all. I'd rather a crazy deranged person bring a knife, or a shovel, or a bat, or like a sword, or an axe to school, rather than a gun. You know? Banning guns takes it out of legit people's homes. True. As well as taking it out of the criminals' hands. Not all the criminals, of course, everybody knows that. But it will take it out of criminals' hands, because the rarity of those guns and the price will be way higher. Well, that's the point. It's illegal, and they're everywhere on every 3 corners. I'm gonna assume you mean a street corner? Right. They are available everywhere, but imagine how much more available they'd be if they were legal. You know, you could sell drugs at dispensaries, like heroin, you know, at a dispensary. And that's not a good thing, so I wouldn't want it to be legal, you know? All it does is put it in the hands of the criminals. Also, cutting down trees with a gun is awesome. What? Cutting down trees with a gun? That does sound awesome. Chuck says, ban you. Ban me then, man. I'm sorry. It's the same amount of blank. We can't just count on the government if we need to self-defend ourselves. Criminals illegally own, you know. Yeah, I know that. But, you're not entirely wrong, just mostly. Thank you, user. We can't just count on the government if we need to defend ourselves. True. Criminals illegally own. Also true. But it will be a lot less criminals, of course. I think we all can agree on that, right? Like, if we completely banned guns, let's say 50 years from now, guns have been completely banned all over the United States, right? Criminals would have less access to guns, and it would be a lot more rare to see criminals have guns, just like it is in the UK, where they have knives instead. Right? Can we all agree on that? Does that make sense? Criminals don't care about gun laws. They will still have guns, and law-abiding people will not. Did you guys hear? This guy said communist fuck. How is me talking about gun laws communism in any way? Why does everybody keep calling me a communist? What does this have anything to do with communism? Nothing. Nothing at all. You have no facts to back up this awful take. Wrong. If banning it or making it illegal makes it less, explain all the drugs in the U.S. Yo, Monkey D, bro. I get. Hold on. Alright, cool. Dude, I get that there are a lot of drugs, but imagine if drugs were legal. Imagine how many more drugs there would be, and how much easily accessible they would be. If it's illegal to sell drugs and people get arrested selling drugs, imagine if they didn't get arrested selling drugs and whoever sold drugs kept selling the drugs, you know? If you ban guns, people will get them illegally no matter what. True, but it would be way less people. School shootings happen due to mental health, not guns. Also true, but a lot harder to fix everyone's mental health to make sure that doesn't happen than it is to just take away people's guns, you know? You want to ban guns, yet murder is already illegal. True. Again, I'm going to make this point over and over since you guys keep arguing this, right? The fact that murder is illegal decreases the number of murders from happening so much. Like, the people in the chat who have a brain, like, even if you disagree with me, you can have a brain, you can be a smart person. If you are a smart person, you have to agree that banning something or making something illegal does lessen the amount that it happens. If we made murder legal, you know how much more often that would happen? I get that it happens. Banning anything in the world, you're not going to completely 100% eradicate it. And I think you're on them. Oh, on drugs? Eileen? I'm not on drugs, Eileen. We should ban assault weapons, not all of them. Okay, that's a fair point. Ban them. Who's gonna get them, and how do we know what people have? Who's gonna get them, and what? I don't think I understand what you're asking. I'm sorry, Red. This isn't a debate. This isn't a debate. You don't go against the amendments. I do go against the amendments. Clearly. I don't like the Second Amendment. Don't like it. You full of shit. Bye. Bye-bye. Sorry. You want to ban guns, yet murder is already illegal? Already explained that. Thank you for the heart, Pest. Bro's on to nothing. I'm on to something. I'm sorry. Guns and drugs will still come in from other countries. True, but it's so much harder to get drugs and guns to be imported from other countries if it's, no, it's so much harder to get guns and drugs in general if it has to be imported from other countries rather than just getting it from a different state. So guns don't go out and kill. How do people not get it? A ban on all guns won't take them away. It'll take most of them away. I want school shootings to end. Fake Discord voice is cringe and just shows you shouldn't talk on a topic you have no knowledge on. Fake Discord voice? What? So does the government and police get to keep their guns? And if not, who protects us from foreign? No. My opinion, police and government should get to keep their guns, but the citizens of the United States shouldn't have their guns because the bad citizens are the ones who give it to the criminals. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, but the law-abiding citizens ain't buying drugs because it's illegal, but criminals are. Law-abiding citizens ain't buying drugs because it's illegal, but criminals are. What? This child isn't old enough to have an educated viewpoint on this matter. Okay, as proven by Jay Falcon, your age directly correlates to how smart you are, and if you're younger than someone, their opinion is more correct than yours is. If you are 40 years old and you meet a 60-year-old, you gotta honor his word because he's been alive for 20 years more than you. Oh my gosh, 20 years. That's a really long time. You should respect his opinion more than your own because he's obviously correct because he's older, you know. Look at these countries that have done this. It doesn't work out, but you have every right to your opinion. Thank you, Joe. Everywhere guns have been banned, communists take millions of lives. Oh, what are you talking about? Oh. Oh, man. Because the Second Amendment clearly states to protect from all threats, foreign and domestic. Because the Second Amendment clearly states to protect from all threats, foreign and domestic.